Sultanate of Oman, here we present to you tonight's news bulletin. But first, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan pays a royal visit to Sultan Faisal bin Turki Boys School in the Wilaya of Al-Amirat and reviews the progress of the educational process. His Majesty the Sultan greets President of Eastern Republic of Uruguay on the occasion of winning presidential elections. The Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology signs an agreement with Asyad Ports Company to develop, manage and operate Suwayq Port. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq today visited the Sultan Faisal bin Turki School for Boys in the Wilaya of Al-Amirat Governorate of Muscat. During the visit, His Majesty the Sultan acknowledged the advancement achieved by the school across various domains, particularly emphasizing the implementation of innovative programs designed to enhance student cognitive development and intellectual aspects. Upon his arrival at the school, His Majesty the Sultan was received by Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed al-Shebaniya, Minister of Education, along with ministry officials. The school scout teams chanted slogans in praise and welcome for His Majesty the Sultan, and one of the students delivered a welcoming poem. His Majesty the Sultan listened to a brief overview of the school's march. Then he toured the institution's departments and facilities. He also witnessed some teaching classes in the school, as well as educational sessions, as well as learning centers and laboratory. His Majesty the Sultan toured an exhibition held on the sidelines of the gracious royal visit. The exhibition showcased models of programs and activities implemented by the school students in the fields of financial, culture, entrepreneurship, vocational and technical education, and the use of artificial intelligence in the educational process. After that, His Majesty the Sultan headed to the Fine Art Hall, where he watched musical arts performed by the students as well as their sports skills. His Majesty the Sultan met with educators and students from different schools of Muscat Governorate. He listened to their initiatives, accomplishments, and opinions in the field of education.
حرصنا أن نرى المدارس الحديثة التي انبنت خلال يمكن 3 ل4 سنوات الماضية، وبالتالي حرصنا أن نرى أنها كلها بها من الإمكانيات الحديثة، لأن كلكم تعرفون اليوم العلم هو ليس كما كان في السابق التقليدي، وإنما كلها حركة حقيقة فيها تسابق، والإبداع مبني على معرفة الطالب بالتقنيات الحديثة. وبالتالي ما رأيت اليوم الحمد لله الدكتور، يعني ما كنت أحرص عليه دائما أن تكون المدارس فيها مدارس نموذجية مستقبلية، والحمد لله يعني الشباب والطلبة يعني اللي رأيناهم وسمعنا منهم يبشروا بالخير، وعمان محتاجة لكل فرد أن يكون جزء من بناء هذه الدولة، وأهم من ذلك هم من يقوموا بتلقين هؤلاء الطلبة هذه المعلومات وتدريسهم التدريس الصحيح. دائما نقول أن المعلم دوره مهم أهم من الطالب، وها نحن اليوم نشهد شيء الحقيقة يعني ما كنا نتحدث فيه قبل 10 سنوات ربما. وأتمنى أن تكون مدارسنا الحقيقة كلها حتى القديمة منها أن يتم تأهيلها بطرق حديثة وتستوعب كل هذه الإمكانيات التي نراها اليوم من شاشات عرض وإلكترونيات ومختبرات، وهذا هو التعليم بالذات. فنتمنى لكم التوفيق دكتور، ونتمنى لكل القائمين على مدارسنا وبشكل عام أن يضعوا دائما نصب أعينهم أن طلبتنا هم أبنائهم، والطالب في الصف هو كالابن في البيت، وما نحب لأبنائنا يجب أن نحب لأبنائنا الصفوف وبناتنا كذلك. وأتمنى لكم التوفيق جميعا إن شاء الله. أتمنى لكم التوفيق.
عرش ترنم بالفخار قصيدة، ثغر الملوك لها تبسم سؤددا، عزفت جلال الصولجان معانيا، دوح الخلود ببيعة قد قلده، فسما بهام الدهر درة عاهل، لهب تأجج وابن طارق أوقده، لابن الجلندى وابن جيفر عزة، والبوسعيد على المعالي شيده، لمسوا شعار الملك فيك فعلموا ركب الزمان قريض شعر أنشده. دم في القلوب ربيعها ومليكها ونشيد شعب بالمكارم ردده. أنت العماني الذي تاريخه بالعلم والسيف المهند قيده، وله تراب الأرض أنشأ قصة لعمان هيثم في الملاحم مخلده. لعمان هيثم في الملاحم مخلده.
At the conclusion of the visit, His Majesty the Sultan signed the visitor's book. May the Almighty Allah grant His Majesty the Sultan success in upgrading the education sector and all other development sectors, and may the Almighty assist him in elevating these sectors into broader spheres of progress and prosperity. Indeed, it's a happy occasion of all schools around the Sultanate. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sends a cabal of greetings to President Yamando Orsi on the occasion of winning the presidential elections of the Eastern Republic of Uruguay. With the aim of enhancing the Sultanate of Oman's position as an economic and logistic hub, the Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology signed a concession agreement with Asyad Ports to develop, manage and operate a Suwaiq port. More details coming up in this report.
To achieve the goals of Oman Logistics Strategy 2040 and enhance Oman's position as a global logistics hub, the Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology signed a concession agreement with Asyad Ports to develop, manage and operate a Suwaiq port for 40 years.
Today we've signed the new concession agreement with Asyad Ports and Terminals. This is a concession agreement for 40 years for the port of Suwaiq. Port of Suwaiq, with this new signature, will see an expansion on the port itself, the terminal, expansion also on the land. We have extended also the land for the port, and that will allow to bring more investments in the port itself.
The agreement aims to transform a Suwaiq port into a driver that strengthens trade connectivity and supports the national economy by increasing import and export operations, attracting new shipping lines and efficiently connecting the Sultanate of Oman with international markets.
Firstly, we're quite proud to have this moment of signing. It's a sign of trust from the ministry in the group. We have started the operations of Suwaiq Port since 2018, and we have seen that the throughputs and the tonnage is increasing year on year. This have certainly given us confidence that we should also embark on further development of the infrastructure. This will include a new quay wall, as well as doing the drainage into the current approach channels so that we can receive bigger ships.
This agreement seeks to enhance the partnership between the public and private sectors, enhance economic diversification goals, and boost competitiveness in global markets. This agreement, signed to enhance the operations and management of Suwayq Port, aims at enhancing the overall management of ports in the Sultanate of Oman to enhance their logistical and operational factors. For Oman TV, Ahmed bin Hilal al-Busaidi, Muscat.
The University of Technology and Applied Sciences inaugurated today the second edition of the Future Universities Forum to explore the future education in the digital age. Again, another report coming up.
Under the theme, In the Era of Digital Transformation and Artificial Intelligence, the second forum of Future Universities brought together leaders from academia, government and technology sectors to discuss the integration of advanced digital tools and artificial intelligence into education. The event underscored the university's vision and Oman's commitment to pioneering educational innovation in a rapidly evolving global landscape.
In the University of Technology and Applied Science, we believe conducting such symposium that bring all the experts from around the world to discuss about the new technologies and to be up to date. It will help the universities or the future of the universities to use the latest technologies such as artificial intelligence, which really it helping us in improving the education systems, and also it helping us to make the efficient decision that will improve the education in Oman in general and at the University of Technology and Applied Sciences.
The forum featured insightful discussions on leadership strategies for digital transformation and the practical applications of artificial intelligence in education. Expert panels explored the challenges and opportunities of adopting advanced technologies, emphasizing collaboration as a cornerstone for driving meaningful and sustainable progress in higher education.
Let's look at the positive side, how we can tame the AI to make it useful for the university, enable the university to deliver better service to the student. For example, optimize the curriculum, optimize the teacher time, simplify the onboarding of the students, for example. This can be simplified, for example, by uploading the ID, some documents, and then AI will transform all that into a student file. So there are, the sky is the limit. We can be creative and imagine our own solutions with AI.
In addition to thought-provoking discussions, the event offered interactive workshops and an exhibition showcasing cutting-edge AI solutions tailored to the education sector. These sessions provided hands-on insights into innovative tools and strategies that are set to redefine learning experiences. The event is a pivotal movement for academia and technology alike, where groundbreaking ideas are exchanged to shape how universities harness digital transformation and AI for tomorrow's education. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, this is Saleh Bakhalfan al-Rahbi, Moscow.
You're watching the Sultanate of Oman Television, and yet to come in our news bulletin. Higher Education Institutions Forum in Al-Dhahira Governorate reviews educational tracks to build a national economy with competitive national competencies. Once again, welcome to the Sultanate of Oman Television's News Bulletin. Muscat Municipal Council reviewed the statement of the Minister of Social Development regarding the Child Protection Committee. The council discussed the work plan of the Social Development Committees and volunteer teams. About 2,281 cases of child abuse were reported to the Child Protection Committee across the Wilayat. The cases were classified into 4 categories: psychological abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, and negligence. However, Muscat Municipal Municipal Council approved the work plan of 2025, which focuses on economic diversification program, digital transformation program, and operation program. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Syed Saud bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Governor of Muscat and Chairman of the Municipal Council. In line with urban expansion and active commercial activity, the Municipal Council of Al-Dhahira Governorate reviewed in its 9th meeting this year a number of proposals to establish central markets in the governorates, wilayats, and the maintenance of the Ibri-Dhank-Hafit road that connects Al-Dhahira Governorate with Al-Buraymi Governorate, which is more than 150 kilometers. The meeting also discussed requests to treat rainwater drainage and clean valleys, in addition to examining the recommendations received from the Governorate Development and Development Committee and the Health and Environment Affairs Committee. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Najib bin Ali Al-Rawas, Governor of Al-Dhahira and Chairman of the Council. Vice Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis Al-Raisi, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, received Rear Admiral Rusta Siza, Commander of the Combined Task Force 151, and his accompanying military delegation, who is currently visiting the Sultanate of Oman. During the meeting, friendly talks were exchanged and a number of military issues of common interest were discussed. Meanwhile, Rear Admiral Saif bin Nasser Al-Rahbi, Commander of the Royal Navy of Oman, also received Rear Admiral Rosta Sizzo, Commander of the Combined Task Force 151, and his accompanying military delegation. During the meeting, viewpoints were discussed in a number of maritime areas of common interest. Furthermore, Rear Admiral Rosta Sizzo, Commander of the Combined Task Force CTF 151, and his accompanying military delegation today visited the Maritime Security Center, MSC. The members of the visiting delegations were greeted upon their arrival at the MSC by the acting head of the MSC. The guests were briefed on the tactical roles and tasks carried out by the center in the safety of the Omani maritime environment. They also toured the center's facilities and viewed its latest equipment and technologies used in carrying out its national duties. The activities of the role of economic sectors in localizing job opportunities and local added value forum organized by the Minister of Labour in cooperation with the National Employment Programme began today in the Wilaya of C-Band will continue until December 12th. His Excellency Khalid bin Salim Al-Ghammari and the Secretary of the Ministry of Labour for Labour said in a speech that organizing this forum comes within the efforts made by the Ministry to achieve the goals of economic integration between development sectors and enhance job opportunities for citizens in these sectors. His Excellency stressed that the Tawteen platform seeks to improve the work environment and develop national competencies to meet the needs of various sectors, stressing the importance of companies' commitment to registering on the platform and using it as a basic means to ensure transparency and efficiency of the recruitment processes. The activities included a detailed presentation of the mechanisms for registering on the platform electronically and how to benefit from all the advantages provided by the platform to develop local cadres and achieve integration between the public and private sectors to provide sustainable job opportunities. The Higher Education Admission Center at the Ministry of Higher Education, Research and Innovation announced today the results of the second sorting for the academic year 2024-2025, which was 2,502 study seats. Applicants for the second sorting can find out the acceptance results by directly logging into their registrations page in the system using their civil number and password. Accepted students can complete the registrations procedures at higher education institutions during the period from Sunday 24th of November to Tuesday, November 27th, 2024. The center stressed the need to expedite the completion of the study seats procedures for those accepted during the announced period according to the method of completing the registration procedures in higher education institutions, explained on the center's website. The center indicated that after the completion of the registration procedures for the second sorting, specifically in the first week of December, the center will list the study seats that will be vacant after the second sorting, announced the vacant programs. And the registration and acceptance period for the third sorting for students who have not previously received study offers who meet the conditions for applying for those vacancies. The Directorate General of Social Development in the Governorate of North Sharqiya organized discussion sessions on preparing the social reports. The sessions included presenting a number of work papers by specialists from juvenile affairs departments. It aimed to exchange skills and experiences among researchers and grant participants aftercare skills. The third introductory forum for higher education institutions organized by the Directorate General of Education in Al-Dhahira Governorate in cooperation with the Professional Guide platform began today. The two-day forum hosts 13 academic institutions from government and private higher education institutions and targets general diploma students, parents, and the community to introduce them to the educational and professional paths offered by higher education institutions, which contributes to giving students a clear background on the nature of scientific and professional specializations and study programs that suit their inclinations and future aspirations. The forum programs includes various training workshops and a review of working papers that enrich students thinking about data and details related to various scientific, technical, and professional specializations to chart their future paths based on their convictions and desires. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan pays a royal visit to Sultan Faisal bin Turki Boys School in the Wilaya of Al-Amirat and reviews the progress of the educational process. His Majesty the Sultan greets President of Eastern Republic of Uruguay on the occasion of him winning presidential elections. And the Minister of Transport, Communications and the Information Technology signs an agreement with Asyad Ports Company to develop, manage and operate Suwayq Port. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin that brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. From me and the entire news team, we thank you for joining us. We wish you a pleasant evening and, of course, good night.